Hey guys, Deej here. We have a phone number and an email address now, so you can call 814-299-5155. That's 814-299-5155. You can call that number and leave us a voicemail anytime you want. I have no idea if there's a limit to how long you can talk, but give it a shot and we'll play it on the show. As long as it sounds crystal clear, we'll play it on the show. You can also email us at ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com. That's ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com. If you don't feel like talking, but you still want to say something, send it there. That's fine. We'll read it on the show. Anyway, thanks. Enjoy. Hey there, Sublime Squad. We have a treat for you today.
That's right. If you're into unique, offbeat apparel that lets you express your individuality, then you're going to love what we have in store.
Introducing Dead Threads, your go-to destination for a one-of-a-kind clothing that combines style with a twist of the macabre.
Picture this. Skeletons hitting the ice in hockey gear, or gearing up for a game of baseball. It's quirky, it's fun, and it's all about embracing the unexpected.
And the best part? Dead Threads offers designs inspired by cities and states across the country, so you can rep your hometown or favorite sports team in a whole new way.
Plus, they've got a killer selection of sweatshirts, tees, and even kid sizes, so the whole family can join in on the fun.
And here's the icing on the cake. You can use code SUBLIME at checkout to get an exclusive 10% off purchase. That's SUBLIME, Sublime. That's right, just for being a part of the Ineffably Sublime community, you get a 10% off discount.
So what are you waiting for? Head on over to Dead Threads today at deadthreads.shop and snag some killer threads that'll have heads turning wherever you go.
Dead Threads, where style meets the afterlife.
That was good.
That was good. We rocked that shit.
We did rock it.
Hey there, sports fans and concert junkies. Have you ever wanted to snag tickets for your favorite events without breaking the bank?
Well, now you can with SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the go-to app for buying tickets to live events, whether it's sports, concerts, theater, or more.
And guess what, folks? We've got an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can use our special promo code ISPodcast to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's right, Bobs. With SeatGeek, you'll find the best deals on tickets from all over the web, all in one place.
And here's the best part. SeatGeek's got a color-coded system that makes it super easy to find the perfect deal. From dark green to red, you'll know exactly what kind of deal you're getting. And I believe that it is like dark green is the best deal for that seat, and red is like not so great for that particular seat.
So whether you're looking for front row seats to see your favorite band or courtside tickets to catch the big game or wrestling, SeatGeek has you covered.
Don't wait any longer. Download the SeatGeek app today and use our promo code ISPodcast, all one word, all capitalized, ISPodcast, to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's ISPodcast, ISPODCAST, for $20 off. Don't miss out on unforgettable live experiences. SeatGeek, tickets made simple.
I've used SeatGeek. It's great. It is
it great?
Exactly what it says it is, yes.
Okay, I downloaded something with SeatGeek because when you said about this, I thought, all right, I'm gonna get on this and see what the hubbub's about.
Yeah, I used
really
it twice.
Again, you use it twice?
I've used it twice for Penn's tickets, and it was great both times. So this is definitely worth it. I mean, it's $20 off your first purchase. You totally can't beat that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're still talking to doing SummerSlam, I'd say SeatGeek's going to be our go-to.
And guess what, Mitch? You can use our promo code ISPodcast.
I
to
can't
get $20 off.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
That's right. Damn straight. Hey there, Sublime Squad. This episode that you're about to hear was recorded an undetermined amount of time ago. It was recorded strictly as an emergency podcast in case one of us, me or Mitch, were unavailable to record our podcast in regular succession. We record a week ahead of time, and recently we came across a moment where one of us was sick and we couldn't record, and then we ended up getting behind. So we recorded this episode to keep in the bank so we could put it out and keep things moving as we need to do. I'm sure there will be another one of these. If this one ever comes to air, there will be another one that we do at some point. But this episode has been dubbed the Defibrillator Pod, and that just means that it is the pod that is going to keep this podcast alive in the event that one of us cannot record. So that is what you're about to hear. There is no subject to the podcast. It is just a total bullshit sesh. It's a good podcast. It's a good episode. It's just us bullshitting. We tried very hard to keep things not dated and keep things in just a bullshit session. So that is what you're about to hear. And I have no idea how long ago it was recorded. I have no idea what day it is that you're hearing this. But please enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Everybody gather round, we're diving into life's absurdities. Breaking them down, Mitch and DJ on the mic, spitting truth for free. Spuds McGamble and the woodpecker set us free. We got that pop punk sound with a twist of joy. The Effable Podcast that we can't destroy. With every episode we dissect the bizarre, laugh until we cry, leaving scars. Get ready to groove, join the absurdity crew. Mitch and DJ had something for me and you. Spuds McGamble joins us, always ready to ramble, and the woodpecker spirit keeps us rocking and agile.
How I'm looking at it, it's like...
Sorry.
No, you're good. No. And... Yeah, that whole thing... Because I watched bits and parts of that hearing.
81%.
Yeah.
That's
bullshit.
Fucking crazy, dude.
It's TikTok. I watch it for the funny stuff, and I don't watch it for everything that they're accusing this of being. And
170 million Americans are going to be out of job.
Yep. That's what I keep thinking of. All these people that just make nothing but TikToks. What are they going to do now? Now,
I did hear that the Senate is actually paying attention, because that has to go to the Senate first.
Yeah, because the House passed it. They passed it like big time. Like, I did not expect it to be that lopsided.
I did hear that the Senate is like maybe thinking again, because they know 170 million Americans that are making money, that are putting that money back into the economy. If you just uproot that, it's going to be a problem.
Like, it was embarrassing watching that hearing. Like, the questions that dude was getting asked was just so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, the one guy, I don't even know who the guy was, so I'm not even, I can't even say what political side he was on. But he just kept saying about, and the guy that runs it, he's like, I'm from Singapore. Well, are you affiliated with the Chinese? He's like, I'm not even, that's not even in China. Like, I am from Singapore. It's like, people look at a frickin' map. I mean, I couldn't pick, if you showed me a map and you asked me where Singapore was, I don't think I'd be able to point it out to you, but I know for a fact that Singapore's not in China.
Right.
And like these people that are getting confused with China and Japan, it's like they're two completely different, they're not even close to each other. Yeah, it's just like, oh my God, like, and I hate that term, do some research. I hate that term. Oh, I did my research, or do your research. I hate that term, but at least just Google some shit first before you start, running your mouth. Just embarrassing. Yeah, and if we lose TikTok, man. I mean, I'll be upset if they lose TikTok. Like, me personally, I mean, we put some of our stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's not like our lifeblood or anything like that. But and I'll be pissed, but then there'll be something else that'll come along, in no time. But still, that's not even the point, The point is that, yeah, and the reasoning that they're saying is just I don't get it. I don't. And like I said, I can actually say I haven't done any research on this, but just on the surface, by what they're saying, it's like, well, you can get that anywhere. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what to do. What the deal
Think
is.
of it like this. 170 million Americans use TikTok.
That's
half our population.
I would say I figured that's half or more than half.
Yeah, that's half of the American population. That's not even including the rest of the world that uses it.
Yeah.
But it won't be banned in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So over half of our nation's population, including our president, use TikTok.
Yeah. Yep.
7 million of those Americans have small businesses linked to TikTok.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure even some of the politicians that voted to ban it use TikTok and put things on TikTok.
Correct.
So it's like you're banning the thing that you use to connect with people. I don't
For the dumbest reason. I mean,
yeah.
I get it. There's a lot more though. That there's a lot more important things that they should be looking into.
Oh my God, there's so many more. Who was that? Was it Andy? I think Andy, I saw he put a thing. It was a TikTok. And it was one guy, it was like a satire thing. It was one guy being like, hey, we just fixed our, we just finally did something. The guy's like, well, did you do this? You're like, no. What did you? Oh, you guys are doing this. No. You're doing this. No. It's like, well, what did you do? Oh, we're going to ban TikTok. It's like, there's so many other things to be focused on than banning frickin' TikTok.
I know, dude.
Their priorities are
absolutely
just
wild.
This is why I hate following politics, and not that we're even talking politics. We're not getting deep into anything, but this is why politicians, presidential stuff. I hate talking it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
I'm with you, man. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. It's pretty dumb, but
It's very dumb.
let's hope that it doesn't happen ultimately. But
Yeah.
that's the current road that it's headed.
Yep.
And like you said, something will come along. There are
Mhm.
already apps out there but here's the thing. Here's the thing that they need to look at. This is the funniest part about it is that TikTok comes along. TikTok's the first of its kind. Okay, it's the first app that has the structure that it has.
Right.
And then Instagram Reels comes along.
Mm-hmm.
And then Facebook Reels comes along.
Yep.
YouTube Shorts comes along.
Yep.
Snapchat Reels comes along. And guess what? They all look exactly like fucking TikTok.
Yeah. Well, there's times where I'll see, because I don't really look at Facebook Reels too often, but there'll be times when I just, I see one that's interesting, so I hit it, and then I'll start scrolling, and I'm like, well, I've already seen this exact same thing on TikTok. And like more than half of them, I'm like, well, I've already seen this.
Yeah.
Like this is
some of them have the TikTok fucking watermark on them.
Yep. I'm like, this is the exact same video that I've just seen. I remember Izzy being really upset when Vine disappeared. She loved Vine.
Vine was awesome.
Yep. And then Vine was gone. Everyone was pissed. And then here comes TikTok. And then now I'd say TikTok was probably more popular than Vine. Would you think? Or I'm not sure.
TikTok grew really fast. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I remember Izzy being so upset.
My problem with it is, it's not TikTok. It's not that if TikTok goes away, that of course there's plenty of other options for watching funny videos online. That's one thing. My thing with TikTok is that, and I've said this to you a million times, that you can tailor make your feed to learn about whatever you want.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If I look up one thing, my TikTok feed becomes that thing.
Yep.
And you can keep going and make
Mhm.
it all about that,
Yeah.
while also it filters in some funny videos.
Yep. Yep.
That's important in an
Yeah.
app, and I don't know if anything's ever going to touch that. Yeah, of course, I can sit and watch Facebook Reels for a couple hours, but can I really, focus on just 3D printing or
Mhm.
just podcasting?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yep.
Probably not.
Probably not. No. No, like I said, yeah, I have my my TikTok right now. Yeah, there will be the occasional ones that pop up, and I'm like, nope. And then I hit that not interested, and that does a pretty good job for the most part. So, yeah, 90% of the TikToks I'm getting, even in that For Your page or For You or whatever, I think it's called For You.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it is the same things. It's the same subjects that I follow and everything. And then, yeah, like I said, you sprinkle in, some nasty ones. I got this one. It was a nature one. It was really disturbing.
Huh.
Yeah, it was some monkey, and it looked like it was going to get eaten by a leopard or something. And it was, it's been stuck in my head for like weeks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't follow any of that nature. I don't like watching nature shows because of that. I'm very sensitive when it comes to watching animals, especially if the animals are cute. I don't like that shit. I'm very
Pro animal life.
Yeah. Like I know it happens. I'm not, but I don't want to see it. Like this little monkey thing. I just keep saying in my head, nah, that's not what happens, because I hurried up and swiped away before I saw anything. But you see these ones like with these, these seals and stuff, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to see this. Like,
I mean,
don't
yeah,
show
sometimes
me.
you're going to see some wild shit out there, but,
Yep.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yep. I think I did screw up. I think when I said snag, I think it's going to sound like I say sag.
And whatever.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't care. They're going to know what I mean.
We walk to
And
the
if
beat of our own drum here today.
That's right. You can sag over. Some people want to snag. I want to sag.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sagging used to be popular back in the late 90s. You could sag them pants all the way down to your fucking ankles.
Oh, yes.
As long as you had a belt on.
Yep. Crisscross.
That's right. Crisscross applesauce?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
When did crisscross applesauce become a thing?
I don't know.
When was the
It
first time
it sounds fairly recent to me.
Yeah, because growing up it was Indian style.
Indian style. Yep. And then that
somewhere along the lines they were like, no,
yeah,
offensive.
the native community was like, no, like you do not call it.
They
Indian
bound together
style.
and they were like, we're getting rid of the Washington Redskins
Yep.
in Indian style.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, and that's one thing that's funny now is now a Native American community is now suing the NFL saying, no, we want the team to go back to be called the Redskins. It's like,
They
well,
probably
Jesus
never
Christ,
had anything
make
to
up
do
your
with it in the fucking first place, dude.
No. Like I said, I mean, I understood they said, some of the, Native American community said, well, calling us Redskins is like saying the N-word or saying this or saying that. But then it was like, well, no, the guy on the emblem is Chief something or other. So they're like, it's like, well, you can't have it both ways, and nobody ever meant that as a derogatory term, so it's like, well, yeah, what do you want? What do you want from us?
It was probably some pippy fucking Karen that did it.
Yep.
That's my thought. Because guess what's still a thing?
Hmm.
Midget football. That's still a thing. Midget wrestling is still a thing. If it was so derogatory, it should be called little person football.
Yep.
Or little person wrestling. But it's fucking not.
Yeah. People are way too sensitive. I mean, there's some things I understand to show some sensitivity, but there's other things where it's like, come on, man. Like, let's thicken your skin here a little bit. Oof.
Yeah, or it should be called the Kansas City Native American bosses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like,
come on now.
Yeah, like I have no idea, like in baseball, the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Guardians. No, just be called the Indians. It's okay. And like I said, in a lot of these community, these, Indian communities are like, nah, we're cool with it. Nope, we're still changing it anyway. We want to be sensitive to. It's like, come on.
Well, it's like Aunt Jemima. We just talked about this at work the other day.
Yeah.
That family's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
We wanted that representation.
Yep. Because that's what I still like when I go to the store. I still look for Aunt Jemima, and it's like, well, no, there is no Aunt Jemima. It's Pearl Milling or whatever it's called, or is that what?
Yeah, Pearl Milling Company.
Yeah,
which is funny because on the fucking bottle it still says formerly known as Aunt Jemima.
So it's still there.
Yeah. So like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Some people we need to,
Or Uncle Ben's. Now it's called Ben's Original.
I was just getting ready to ask that if Uncle Ben was still. Is his face still on there?
No.
No?
It's not called Uncle Ben's. It's called Ben's Original. His face is gone. So, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, dude.
No, I don't either.
Pretty soon, mark my words. I remember years ago, there was a company that came out. It was called Brandless. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen it or not. I don't even know if it's even still a thing, but it was called Brandless. And they just had, it literally looks like, it was just plain white packaging. It looked like Cards Against Humanity cards.
Oh, okay.
Plain white packaging with words on it. With just it just had oats. Like
Brandless. Yeah.
Oats.
Yeah. Like, I know exactly what you mean now. Yes.
And I thought, this is the future. This is what it's going to be. No brands at all.
Yep.
Just no color. Everything is devoid of whatever is just
no personality. There'll be no personality, no nothing. Yep. Like, what's that? The one Rick and Morty when Jerry's driving in a car in a simulation, and then they're like, now playing music. And
exactly.
It's just beep, 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 beep. And it's like, that's going to be us soon. You know?
I mean, thankfully it's not, but there are companies out there that have that going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's literally a company that just sells generic birthday cards, Christmas cards, and they just say like Christmas or birthday, and they're just yellow with black writing. Like,
oh my God, that's terrible.
And it makes me laugh because it's like when Walmart rolled out Great Value, they had this like bland fucking packaging. It was just white with blue lettering that said Great Value. And it had just what it was. And it's like I forget who I was talking to about this recently, but it's like Tylenol versus Equate brand headache relief. You know what I mean? And it like the generic version just says what it does. That's what it is.
Yep.
But the name brand just is Tylenol. You know what I mean? Like, and then in parentheses somewhere, headache relief. Yeah. And Equate's like, no, fuck that. We're just gonna put this lovely headache relief on the thought. Like, I don't know. I think it's funny, but it's the same shit. Yeah.
Same exact thing. Yep. Just on all and how it's worded and.
I will say this though. I was buying Sensodyne for a long time, like Sensodyne toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I'm going to look at the back and see the ingredients. And, and I was comparing the two. And I was like, wow, this one is the exact same thing for $3 less. But I got it. And I was like, this is not the same thing.
Yeah.
It felt weaker.
Right. Yes, that does happen with some things where you almost have to go name brand.
But, like, it's the same. It had the same percentage of ingredients.
Yeah.
Everything was the same. But for some reason, it didn't do the same thing. So I don't know.
Yep.
If it's entirely true. Now I did, we work at a plant. We are familiar with how things can be run. Now in our plant, they don't do this, but I have read things about other plants that say like, hey, we make olive oil and we make the same olive oil, but sometimes they'll just change the packaging to a different brand, but it's the same shit, same batch of olive oil, just getting put into a more expensive bottle.
Yeah.
Now, my dad said this for years. He said, everything's the same. It just goes into different packaging. And I thought, That seems like horseshit to me.
Yeah. I feel like I heard this about televisions where there's like 4 or 5 brands of television. They're exactly the same. They just put a different logo on the TV. Like it's
Seems
like,
about
well,
right.
yeah,
Corporate
like,
scheming.
yeah, like, well, Philips, I mean, this isn't it, but but like Philips Magnavox and Vizio and Sony. I shouldn't say Sony, but they're all made in the same plant, same thing, same everything. We just gotta put a different logo on the front. Yeah, I
Yeah, it'd be
always
like,
remember hearing that.
Fender, like Fender guitars and Squier by Fender.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Squier
Yeah.
was always cheaper.
Yeah.
But why? Like,
Right.
they're made in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are they just using cheaper parts, cheaper wood?
Mm-hmm.
Are they using scraps? Like, why is one 700 and the one is 200?
You wonder. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on in the world out there, and you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Nope. You think you know, but you don't know.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Like our plant-based. There's no plants in that shit. It's just all fucking sugar. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, you know what? We're not in the episode yet, so we're
that's true. But you know what? I don't
chatting.
care. I don't care. I mean, our packaging says plant-based. I don't see any plants anywhere in our facility. Nothing that looks like that even is crushed plants. It's just not dairy in it. Just sugar and other weird things.
I mean, the nuts, they're plants.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Coconut, soy.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking
almonds.
of, that all, yeah. Yeah, see, I'm full of shit because the harmless harvest that we do, we literally see the coconut meat, as it's called, which is just gross. It just sounds gross. I mean, I don't know what else you could call it, but I mean, that is what it is. It's the inner linings of the coconut.
Yeah, the meat.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would be the meat. But I never really knew that it would be called meat. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, my wife thought it was weird too when I said, yeah, coconut meat. She goes, ew, what?
So yeah, I guess I'm full of shit. Because when we do the almond, there are those big containers of almond butter. The harmless, we do see coconuts. So, all right. I'm kind of full of shit. But there's a lot of weird things put in that anyway.
Yeah.
Since like I said, some of it's good. Some of it's all right. I wouldn't buy it, but it's good. I saw a billboard. Did you know that we're putting billboards up?
Yeah, we have a couple of them. I saw one this morning on the way back from Brockway.
Yeah, I saw one on the way to work like last week, and I'm like, well, shit, has that always been here?
No, they're new. They just started rolling them out.
Oh. I'd like to say that I have a little bit to do with that. Like a tiny bit. Yeah, because story time. It was about a year ago, I'd say. I was in Walmart walking around, and there were these people that I kind of knew a little bit, but not all that well. Well, they were standing there and they were looking at, I believe it was the So Delicious brand yogurt. So I said hi to them. They said hi, and I said, oh, hey. I said, I may have been a part of the making of that. And they're like, what? And then these other people came over. And then I was like, holy shit, I got a freaking audience here. And I'm like, well, yeah. I said, this stuff and this stuff here, I said, that's actually made in Du Bois. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, on Oklahoma Salem Road. I said, that big building. They're like, yeah. I said, yeah, that place makes yogurt. I said, it's this stuff. And I said, and there's like a couple other things that we make there. They're like, well, we didn't know that. I'm like, well, shit. So I came home and I sent an email to the bosses and I said, hey, I don't know if this means anything or not. I said, but there seems to be quite a few people in this area that do not know that stuff is actually made in Du Bois. I said, I don't know if that might be a decent selling point, saying, hey, you know this, and you know this. It's made locally. It's made right here. And I did get an email saying, "Oh yeah, that's a decent idea." So
You
cut
might have,
to-
man. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was. I say a year. It might have been a little bit more than a year ago.
I remember walking through Walmart one time, and it was before Walmart and Du Bois moved all their shit around.
Hmm.
And I'm standing in the pharmacy area, and I see this lady like looking at protein powders, and she's got Vega in her hands.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, I was like, I make that stuff right here in Du Bois. She goes, oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm explaining to her, like, yeah, we do this, and without giving away any trade secrets. I was like, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And I looked at it. I said, yeah, that was made right here in Du Bois. I looked at the case printer code.
Mhm.
And she goes, wow, that's pretty cool. And then literally like watched her just put it back and grab another one.
She looked at you and was like, no, if he touched that, I'm out of here.
I was like, yeah, I probably made that. She goes, oh, cool. And she puts it back and grabs something different. Oh, it's funny. As fuck, though.
So it was April 8th of 2023. I sent that email.
Wow.
And then Monday on the 10th, Mr. Hess said, yeah, thanks for sharing. This is something we've tried to tackle. I'm not going to bore people with the actual thing. Right there. Yeah. I like the idea of local advertising, and I know Christy has expressed interest in some local billboard style ads. Son of a bitch. Wow. I feel like I should get some sort of, is it royalty or acknowledge? They
At
need
least
to
an acknowledgement. Yeah.
Acknowledge me, motherfuckers.
They probably won't, though.
No,
like
they
said,
won't.
I don't know if I ever told you that story about how like I gave Domino's like a few ideas and they were like, no, that's retarded. And then the next week they'd be like, look what we came up with.
Yeah.
Like fuck you. Are you serious? 2 times that happened to me, bro.
Oh.
2 fucking times. I was like, no fucking way.
That's awful.
I was
awful.
so pissed.
Yeah.
Because like we used to fucking have these little boxes, the ones that the sandwiches come in.
Mm-hmm.
And they would put a line. We'd fold them. We'd put a liner in every single one, and then we use them for sandwiches, but we also use them for the boneless wings.
Oh,
and then when we sold boneless wings, we'd have to take the liner out.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, we're selling more boneless wings than we are sandwiches, so we're just stacking up liners. Why don't we just leave the liners out and put one in if we sell a sandwich?
Well, there you go. Look at you.
And he's like, that's retarded. Why would we ever do that? And then, not even joking, the next week, he's like, hey, we just rolled out this brand new thing. We're going to be putting them in when we sell sandwiches and leaving them out entirely, making it way fucking faster to fold boxes. And I was like, oh, you guys took my idea. He's like, what are you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
So he pretended like he didn't hear a damn, oh, what a dick.
I know. And then there was this one other time. This one infuriates me, dude. we you know how Domino's puts a ring of garlic around their crust?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something we did on our own. Like we had to do that. We had to put it was like a big squeeze bottle of garlic oil. Okay, and every time a pizza would come out of the oven, we would put that ring of garlic around the pizza. Well, a lot of people didn't like that.
Okay.
Shockingly enough, they were like, I don't want garlic on the crust.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fine. So we would put this warning or this thing. There was a button on the register. We would just put no garlic crust, and it would print it in really tiny letters on the order tag, and we would see that, and we were supposed to know, hey, no put garlic on the crust. But it failed remarkably because we were so used to putting on every pizza. The ones that came through that didn't have it were often forgotten. So we started using a highlighter and highlighting it. Mm-hmm. And then Domino's one day rolled out salads. They rolled these salads out, and they said, "Hey, the drivers are going to have to remember to grab a salad out of the cooler and take it on their way out the door." So they came out with these bright orange stickers.
Okay.
And they put it on the front of the box that said "salad on this order." So we would see it and say, "Oh yeah, I need to grab a salad," and it worked like a charm. And I said to the general manager, I said, "Hey, we should get yellow ones that say no garlic crust." And he goes, "Oh, no, that'll never work. That's a terrible idea." I thought, oh, okay. Well, the salad ones are working, so I figured that might be smart. Just have 2 rolls of stickers up there by the tag thing, and we could just put one on there.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And he, like I said, again, shut down. Nope, that'll never work. And then I don't even think a month went by, and you come in and he goes, big exciting announcement. We just rolled out this brand new thing that we came up with. These stickers that say no garlic on the crust, and they were bright yellow. And I thought, wow. I said, that was my idea. And he goes, no. Like,
this guy.
Dumb. I was so pissed.
Who does this guy think he is?
Fucking smartass is who he is.
Wow. Not only to even do that, but to go right to your face and be like, no, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was pissed.
At least my one boss, my old job, he would at least humor me. And he would be like, well, okay, that's something that we could maybe look at. Well, then it never happened anyway, but still, at least lie to me and be like, oh, okay, well, that's something we could consider. I'd much rather have that.
Think you remember me saying something about
it.
Just no. Dumb idea, no.
What a dick. Is he still the general manager there, do you think? Or?
Oh, yeah, he definitely is.
Oh, I'm not going there. Is
and
he, is he like when he's a general manager, is he like of couple Domino's or?
Yeah.
Oh, so does he do this one in Clearfield? Maybe.
Yeah, he does.
No, screw him. I'm not getting Domino's now. We'll go to Pizza Hut. I'll go to Scotto's.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. That's beside the point. But at one point he did do something really nice for me, but that's beside the point. It wasn't that nice.
Yeah.
I off shot one day. I just shot an idea out. I was like, "Hey, I'm having a baby today. When am I going to get my baby bonus?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he ended up giving me $300. So I was like,
"Get the shit out of here!"
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's
totally unexpected.
Nice. Yeah.
He's like, "You've been here 3 years. You're having a baby. I'll give you $300." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Wow. So that kind of, well, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, it does show that he has a heart. But still,
yeah,
you can't, there's no way you can look past the, nope, terrible idea, and then roll out with, this is my idea. Yeah.
I mean, he really liked me, so he said. He really, really advocated for me not to quit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
He was like, I will do anything to keep you here. What is it? He goes, you're already the highest paid driver, so I can't give you a raise, but what's the thing that's keeping you from staying here? And I was like, company car. And he's like, what? And I said, get me a company car. He goes, why? I'm like, because I can't. They said the reason I'm leaving is because my car, I've gone through 6 cars.
Oof.
6 cars in 6 years, dude. Like, I can't it's so hard on your vehicle to deliver pizza.
Yeah, I've always wondered how bad that was on vehicles.
Ungodly hard. Like,
I know the one guy in Clearfield. I don't know his name. We just called him Skippy because we'd always just see him because we shared, like I said, we shared the building with Domino's.
Yeah.
So he'd always be outside and everything, and he had a set schedule. He was the only one there that I know of, and he was a delivery guy, and he was the only one that I know seemed like he worked Wednesday through Sunday or something like that. Like, you knew he was the weekend guy because that must have been where the money was.
Yeah.
Because you never really saw him on a weekday during the afternoon. And he seemed to have been very lucky because the 6 or 7 years that we were there, it feels like he only ever went through like 2 cars, maybe 3. But still, you'd see other people, they'd pull in. I'm like, well, who the hell is that? And then it's somebody that's like, well, now, wait a minute. They just had a different car, not too long ago.
Oh, man, it is so hard on your car. And I just had the worst luck. And they just didn't really, and that's what I told him. I was like, Greg, I can't. I was like, he's like, well, we pay you mileage. I'm like, yeah, mileage. Like that, you're paying, all you're doing is paying your own way through me using gas. That's really all it is.
Yep.
He's like, well, what's something else that I can do? I was like, maybe, man, you could give me like an extra, $100 a month that I could go get new brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or get an oil change.
Yeah.
I was like, but at this rate, like I'm literally giving you, 600 miles a week. And I need to get an oil change every 5,000 miles. But if it's high, if you're driving it a lot, you need to get it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I never really thought of that. I'm like, well, you need to give your drivers like some kind of extra incentive to do that because like my car is at the mechanic shop every fucking month.
Yeah.
For brakes or new oil or something. And he's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, I can't work here then. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, I always just wondered how, because, these are like massive corporations. Like, how do they not have like company vans?
It's available to them. They just don't fucking want to buy it.
Yeah. I don't get it. I feel like that would, in the long run, that would save them money, wouldn't it? It's like, well, you'll have a gas, it'll have like with me, when we delivered home medical equipment, we had just had little vans, but they had a gas card in them. Do the mileage, you didn't have to, do anything, and it's just, it just feels like, with pizza places, I'm sure they have a hell of a lot bigger profit than home medical equipment companies.
I mean, and we had a lot of drivers, and like it was a bigger franchise. He had like 7 stores, and he's like, if I do it for you, I have to do it for every driver. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, it's $11,000 for the Domino's car, for that little smart card that they fucking rolled out. It was 11 grand.
That's not bad.
Like, our owner is a millionaire. I was like, he could buy them one at a time for each franchise. You know what I mean? If you have to buy one to start, that's fine. I'd rather drive a company car that's available. If it's available, first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll have it most of the time because I'm the first driver here.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here during the day, all day long, driving around in day traffic, which is arguably the worst.
Oof, yeah.
So I'm driving around in day traffic. I'm driving to the hospital 1,000 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I said, that'll be the car that I drive most of the time because I work days most of the time. And I was like, when it comes to working nights, if I have to drive my car sometimes, it's better than fucking all the time. And he's like, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I can't do that. And I forget what the owner's name was, but he's not going to do that either. And I'm like, okay, sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm leaving. Like,
that just makes no sense. Like,
no,
I just feel like there's a way that they could do it. Because I'm sure it's, tax write-off. You just write it off.
We were a $1 million store.
Whew.
You know what I mean? His Clearfield store was $1 million store. His Lock Haven store was $1 million store. This dude woke up every week with $1 million extra dollars. Like,
man, the things I would do if I was the owner of a company, I'd be a kick-ass owner. I don't know what I mean.
I think it was like $14,000 a day is what the store brought in, and that's before employees were paid and things like that. Employees, overhead, yada yada yada. But $14,000 in business per day per store, and he had 7 stores.
Woof.
You know what I mean? So you're doing that 14,000 times 7.
Yeah.
Times 7, like.
Yeah, that's.
A lot.
98,000. 980,000. Yeah. Phew. God damn. Yeah. Like I said, if I were the owner, I'd have bought you a van.
So $686,000 per week from all 7 of his stores.
Yeah. And I know, an owner will say, well, I got to pay, we got to pay rent. We got to pay this. We got to pay maintenance. We got to pay that. Yeah, but bullshit. You still got enough money to fork over, a handful of vans. Or I keep saying vans, but I mean to say cars.
$2.7 million a month is more than enough. And this dude paid for his house in cash.
Yeah, there's no excuse. No excuse.
So,
but that's why
fucked off that I want to leave, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if it's like the junkiest fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a $11,000 Domino's car. Get me a car that you pay for, that you maintain.
Yep.
That's all I asked, and he's like, I can't do that. I'm like, all right, bye.
Yep. Peace
Going
out.
to the factory. He's like, you're gonna fucking hate it there. Okay, maybe. He's right, but whatever. Like. This podcast wouldn't be wouldn't even be here if that happened. So
that's true. Yep. So all good things. Everything happens for a reason.
Of me meeting you, Mr. Bloom, would have been non-existent. So
Nope. I'd have no clue who you were. No
That's right.
clue. I'd see some of these podcasts, and be like, who the hell's this guy? I don't know who he is. I'd be
All
sitting here. I'd be sitting here watching TV. I wouldn't even be doing this.
that's right.
Yeah. Crazy how things work.
That's very true.
It is.
All right. Well, I don't. What are we doing here?
I have no clue. I think
We've been
is
chatting
this
for
our
40 minutes about nothing. So
Yeah. Well, I can even we can make it 50 minutes because this can be our emergency episode. This can be just our, in case of emergency, we're gonna throw this one out where there's no topic. It's just us bullshitting for an hour.
that's true. Okay, and
Yeah.
then I'll have to edit out the Dead Threads ad. So that's like what, a couple, like 3 minutes maybe. So
Yeah. Because I got a funny story. It's not funny, but it's. Did we ever talk about it on this podcast about the saying that we do when there's somebody coming around a corner and
we mentioned it last week.
Did we mention it last week on the show? Okay. Because I did it, I'd say 3 times today, and I only went 2 places. Because we had 2 parking tickets that Autumn got that she forgot to pay for. So then we got a nice little letter in the mail saying, you got to pay this. And then it got up from, a typical, I think a parking ticket in Clearfield is it $3 or $5 now or something? But if you don't pay it in so long, then it gets jacked up to $15. Well, we had 2 of them. So that came to, of course, $30. So my dumbass thought, and I was reading the postcard, and all I saw it said was magistrate office. So I drive all the way down to the magistrate office, and I walk in, lady standing there. For no reason, I just go, oh, and then walk around her. She wasn't even close for any, oh. So then I go to the counter, and I said, yeah, I got to pay for this. And she's like, no. She's like, you don't pay this here. She's like, now, if you don't have it paid by Friday, then you're going to have to come down here, and it'll be $190. And I went, oh. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. So then I said, well, where do I go? And then she said, well, you got to go to the borough office. Well, I went down to the borough office. Well, then that moved. So then all by myself, I go, oh. So then I go to the other building, and then I walk in. And then the lady said, can I help you? I said, is this where I pay this? And then she's like, yeah. So then I paid it. Then cut to, so I guess I've already said it 3 times. So I actually said it 4 times, I believe. So I go to Sheets, and I get I get a schmuffin with the mini hash browns. Did that again. And girl comes out, girl calls my number. So she says, have a good day. Then I said, you too, thanks. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't say that right. So I said, oh, like so many times.
What was wrong with the way you said it?
Because you should say it, thanks, you too. Because she said, have a good day. Then I said, you too, thanks. It was backwards.
That's okay in my book.
You think? It didn't sound right to
No,
me.
you say, have a good day.
And
And
I'll
then
be
you say, you too. So as in to say, you also have a good day.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for saying it to me.
See, I feel like the thanks should have been in front. I
mean,
felt like I said it weird, but it still prompted the oh. So I felt like that's all I did today. Was everywhere I went was oh. And it's in my head now because that's all I think about now is
funny.
that sound. But oh my God, because I had cash on me and I never carry cash, so I'm like, well, I want to get rid of this cash. So I go to Sheets and then I get the schmuffin. Then of course it's like, do you want a mini hash brown? And I'm like, hell yeah. Then it says, do you want it on the sandwich? I'm like, well, double hell yeah. So then I got that, and then it came to like $6, and I'm like, well, I still got $3 to fight with here. So then I'm like, well, let me get a couple hot dogs. So then I got a couple hot dogs, and then that came to, then I ended up getting $1 off for some reason. Maybe it's because it was 2 hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
You
I always get cheese on them though.
9 hot dogs. Well, that brings the price of them down to 39 cents.
Really?
If you get 9.
Wow. Even if you put cheese on them? Because what, cheese is an extra... Is it an extra $1 or extra
I don't know
50
the answer
cents?
to that. I don't get.
I don't
cheese on
either.
them, so.
I always see about adding cheese, and I know it's an extra charge, and I don't care because I'm gonna always put cheese on my hot dog. But yeah, because I thought it was gonna come to like 9 something, and then I give her my card, and then she's like, "It's $8.60," and I was like, "Oh," so then I had a little over $1 left, and then I thought I was well, not to interrupt you here.
No, you're fine.
But I'm still going. I'm still on this talk. So for breakfast, I essentially had a schmuffin and 2 hot dogs. That's kind of a weird combination, don't you think?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
sure, kind
Yeah,
of.
hot dogs by the time I got home, it was 10 till 10. I was going to save the hot dogs for lunch, but I was still hungry after the schmuffin. And sometimes, I didn't really feel like wanting to reheat the hot dogs. So I'm just like, well, screw it. I'm just going to eat them now. So
Yeah, maybe you'll be able to skip lunch if that happens.
I'm probably going to. I think I'm going to be just fine. Yeah, I think, and like I said, I'm going to decide what to do for supper. Because we were thinking pizza, but then Izzy said she wants to wait till tomorrow for that. Pizza is almost like a Friday thing.
I suppose so. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
But what the fuck are we going to have tonight, though?
I saw a TikTok today that said it was like, please explain to me why marriage is hard. And then another guy stitched in and he's like, I'll tell you why marriage is hard. You have to decide every day, 3 times a day, what to eat.
Yes.
Because
That's
it
the most
fucking
stressful.
sucks.
That is, to me, probably the most stressful part of the day. Especially like these days that I'm like the nights that I work, I still do think about it because I'm like, well, I got to make sure that at least Izzy's fed. And I'm like, and most of the nights I would like it so that when Autumn comes home, there's something here for her. And I'd say 60% of the time that's not the case. But I at least have Izzy fed and she's good. But like I'll try to make check, but it is super freaking stressful to figure out what the hell to do for supper.
Yeah, it's
I
constant.
hate it. I hate
Just
it.
yesterday, I'm on the phone with Tammy, and she's like, "Hey, what are we eating on Friday?" And I'm like, "Oh,
my
I don't
God.
fucking know, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea."
And God love these people that have a calendar on their goddamn fridge, and they have the whole week figured out what they're having for supper that whole week. I've seen it with my own eyes. It is fantastic, and I feel it's also impossible. I don't know how you can sit there on a Sunday and be like, all right, well, we're going to have this on Monday, we're going to have this on Tuesday. Now, I do remember growing up, I felt like my mom knew like about 2 days in advance what we were going to have. Sometimes, but never like the whole week. We always kind of knew Friday night was usually going to be fun food night. It was going to be McDonald's or, Pizza Hut or, just something fun. But it was always like during the week was a little more not sure. But my mom was pretty good at that. I'm not. I'd like to. And like I said, God love these people that can, but it's tough, man.
It's hard to make those choices, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everybody's on a different. Like Tammy's always on she's on a special diet, and she can't have gluten and certain things. And my mindset is like I'm happy with just burgers, like or whatever. Like I always just say I don't care. Pick something and I'll figure it out. Like,
yep.
That's basically what happens. Like,
oh yeah, yep, yeah. Like I said,
now, granted, she's chosen. Recently, she says Thursdays are going to be nights that we eat fish.
Oh, okay.
So that takes the decision making out of it, which is fine.
But then you got to figure out what kind of fish, though. Like, what do you would like fish sticks or fried fillet, or how do you go about that?
We always just have some kind of fish on hand. Like we have like a big bag of like cod fillets, like, or we have like a big bag of some kind of fish fillet, or I'll go get like trout or something like steelhead trout. It's like salmon kind of.
It's like tilapia. I used to.
No, tilapia is fucking gross.
It is awful. It is awful. And like there'd be days that Autumn will text me and she'd be like, "Hey, do you think you can fry me up some tilapia?" And I'm like, Then I thought, well, I'll put it in the air fryer. Oh, everything tasted like tilapia for like 2 weeks. No matter how many times I scrubbed the shit.
Do you like salmon?
No. Yeah.
Well, steelhead trout is very much like salmon, but less fishy.
Well, let me put it this way. 99% of the fish I got to eat has to be breaded in some form or fashion. Like, I can't eat naked fish. It's just, I can't do it. Like, you can see things. Like, you can see, like, I don't know, it's not cartilage, but whatever the hell it is. Like, you'd see whatever that is. Like, the gray things. Like
yeah.
You know,
I know
and
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It doesn't bother me that bad, though.
It bothers me. Like I said, if it's breaded, I don't see it. You know, yeah, most of the fish I got to eat has got to be in a stick form or a fillet form.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I can follow to a certain degree, but I don't mind. Like tonight, I just know that that's what we're having. Like it doesn't bother me. It makes things easier on me.
Yeah.
I'll just make.
Oh
it
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, cool. I know that like every Friday we're gonna eat out.
Yeah. Yep. Same here.
So that makes it easy, you know, because it doesn't matter where we go, I'll find something.
Yep.
Now on Fridays that we have to work, we order takeout.
Cool.
So like I will not go to a restaurant.
Yeah. Yep. That's usually Friday. Yeah. Like tomorrow night, whatever we order, it'll be either delivery or we'll order it on the app and then I'll go pick it up. Like last week we did Chinese, so I'm pretty sure Chinese won't be tomorrow. But yeah, there's times where I'll like wake up and then, you know, Autumn and Izzy will, you know, come in and they'll be like, well, we're going to order Dairy Queen. So we order on the app, then I just drive out and pick it up. And then did you see KFC's got this pizza chicken shit thing going on, this combo?
No.
Oh, okay. So since we're not sure when this is going to air, it might not even be available at this time. But I just saw a commercial last night. It looks like breaded chicken, but then on top of it, looks like they put like marinara sauce, cheese, and pepperoni.
No,
I think they call it is it a chizza or a pickin' or something like that?
I don't know, man.
It looks. I don't think I would do it, because it just doesn't look natural.
Listen, one time, this is right before I started at yogurt. I was on. This is probably pre-almond allergy discovery.
Mm-hmm.
I started on a diet, which is how I discovered my almond allergy. I was doing carnivore diet.
I heard Chris Johnson just talked about this.
Yeah, it's super fucking easy to do. It's a really good diet and it helps you lose a lot of weight because you don't have to worry about anything. You just eat meat. That's all you do.
Okay,
you can still have dairy. You can still have, but you just can't have carbs. It's just all meat. You can't have sugar. You can have moderate amounts of sugar, whatever sugar appears in your food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't go out of your way to have like, you know, a candy bar or eat a bun. Like you just have to stick to a really meat-based diet. Mm-hmm. You can have eggs. You can have lots of things. Mostly just animal product. That's pretty much what you're eating. It's really easy to do. But it is extremely difficult to quit sugar, which is...
Oh, that would be terrible for me.
Yeah, it's so hard to do. And that ended up ultimately in discovering my allergy to almond because I ended up trying to eat like a chocolate bar that had almond butter in it. And it was very like dark chocolate. It's like 99% cacao with almond butter inside. And it was delicious as fuck, like super fucking good. And I was eating it like it had very low sugar, and I was eating like one square a night after dinner to try to like cut back on my sugar intake because that craving really fucking gets you.
Yeah.
And that was ultimately how I discovered it. But anyway, long story short, during that diet, I really wanted pizza. So we decided to make a chicken crust.
Ooh, okay.
Terrible, man. So
Oh.
bad. Never again.
Oh, man.
It sure turned out pretty looking. It fucking looked amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be good.
Not good.
Oh, that's
Sometimes-
a shame.
Sometimes making chicken into things that chicken shouldn't be in is not good. Like Taco Bell had those chicken taco shells.
Okay, I
good.
remember hearing about those.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to send you a picture of what this, whatever they're called. Is it called a cheesa? I think it's called. Bam. It's not an extravagant picture, but I don't think I can do it. I mean, we've already talked about I can't do peanut butter on a burger.
Well,
take me-
okay, listen, that's a pretty thick piece of chicken.
Yeah.
That
Like
might
you
be
said,
good.
I feel like I want to try it.
That might be delicious.
Yeah. I keep going back and forth on that.
I would try that. I mean, do you like chicken parm?
I don't know. I'm sure I do.
Burger King used to have a chicken parm sandwich that was out of this fucking world, brother. It was so goddamn good.
Oh. I think I got chicken. No, what was it I used to get at Luigi's? It was called Chicken Maria. But I think that's kind of the same, isn't it? Wasn't it like have some sort of sauce on it or
I mean, probably. You just take a piece of fried chicken and put some sauce and cheese on it. It's
Yeah.
damn good. Chicken
Yeah.
parm.
I don't, like I said, I feel like I've never ever had chicken parm.
This pizza that
Or
I
I
made
had
was
to.
like, it was like ground chicken. It was ground chicken that we mashed together into a big giant ground chicken patty
Uh-huh.
and seasoned it like pizza dough and then cooked it and then cooked pizza on top of that. It just wasn't good.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be good. What's
Yeah.
the other crust that cauliflower crust? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Is it? Okay.
I don't like it at all. I don't like
okay.
cauliflower of any capacity.
Oh, see, now I like cauliflower.
No, I can't do it.
Ooh, one of the worst things I ever did was it was like ground up cauliflower. It's just I can't remember if it was called like cauliflower bits or whatever.
Rice, cauliflower rice?
Cauliflower rice. That's what it was.
Awful.
Oh no, it was fantastic, but
Nope.
ooh, did it destroy my gastrointestinal system? It was a brutal 2 hours after I ate that.
No, I can't. No matter what you do, I cannot
I
get
love.
past the fact that like this is cauliflower. Like it doesn't. You cannot mask it.
Oh, I love cauliflower. Oh, and you get the bags with when you can get cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots all together in a cheese sauce. Ooh wee! I will even without the cheese. I'll even eat it without. I don't give a shit. I love
Can't, dude.
cauliflower and broccoli. Yeah, people think I'm so weird because they're like, "How are you so picky?" But you like cauliflower and you like broccoli. I'm like, I don't know. I've always loved cauliflower and broccoli.
I mean,
and carrots. And
It happens with
peas.
some of us picky
Yeah.
eaters because I will eat a spinach and arugula salad,
Oh,
but I will not fucking touch lettuce.
yeah. See, lettuce. I can, like I said, I can do a couple bites of lettuce. Then I start to gag. It just gets too, I don't know, outdoorsy for me. It's just start too grassy, like I'm eating grass or something. It just tastes weird. It's fucking. No, I don't know. I'd like to be able to eat like a salad, or even lettuce, but I can't. I can't do it. Now I remember being younger, like pickles. I used to love eating pickles. I still remember, like in my head, being at the house that I was at till I was like I think like 6 or 7. I can still remember opening up the door and picking up a pickle or in the can and eating a couple of them. So I know I used to like them.
Oh my god! You see that video that went viral like a week ago about the lady in the pickles?
I don't think no.
Holy fuck, dude! It was either staged or she was just retarded.
Okay.
But she's literally standing in front of her camera and she's like, "I fucking love pickling food." And she's like, I've had pickled onions, I've had pickled peppers, I've had pickled everything. But one thing I can't figure out is how they haven't pickled cucumbers yet.
Oh my god, no.
I swear to God. And then I'm looking at the comments because that's my favorite thing about TikTok is the comments.
Some
I
of
look
the
up Oh my God. I look up the comment. The top comment is wait until you hear about pickles. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. That's great. Go to cucumber. Oh.
And most of the comments were just like, this is no way this is real. Like,
But people are that stupid. Like, or I don't even want to call her stupid. But you kind of do. You kind of do have to call her
it's
just
probably
oblivious.
ignorance. Yes.
Ignorant, yeah.
Well, all
Yep.
right. So you see my name there on Discord?
Yeah, you're Pickle Bush.
Pickle Bush. You know where
Yeah.
that comes from?
No, I remember you saying this, but I don't remember.
Our Lord and Savior, Kevin Smith, thought pickles grew wild.
So they came from a pickle bush.
Yeah. And on one of the podcasts that he used to listen to, he said that. He's like pickles come from a pickle bush, don't they? And his co-host, Mr. Scientist, Andy, I forget his last name, Andy something. He's like, the only way that would ever be possible is if a cucumber, which does not grow on a bush, happened to grow on a bush and then dip into a wild river of salt water, and somebody also decided to throw in some dill and garlic, and it just sat there for a while.
Well, no, wait a minute. How do cucumbers don't come from the ground, do they? How do you plant a cucumber?
I think they just grow. They grow on a vine.
Yeah.
I think.
So in a way,
I guess part
in
of
a
the bush.
weird sort of way that he probably doesn't know, he is kind of correct. In a way. I mean, he's not correct, but he is correct without him knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He's obviously wrong, but he's not wrong. I don't know
so
how.
then that led to a conversation with them thinking that it sounded like the name of like a cartoon character, like Mr. Picklebush, and he
Mr.
said
Picklebush, yeah.
And he said something to the. He's like, imagine like George Jetchen's boss just like yelling like Pickle Bush, and it was fucking hilarious to me, dude. And it's such an arbitrary podcast. Not that many people listen to it, so I was like, I'm just gonna adapt that. So I started saying it all the time, and it just ended up becoming my gamer tag. And
yeah,
that's
it's a good name. I like it. It sounds like a SpongeBob character.
Pickle
Like
Bush.
you could easily hear, SpongeBob or Squidward, yelling for Pickle Bush.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Yeah.
So it was just fucking cracked me up.
That's oh, that's good stuff. Oh man. What else? What else can we talk about? This is a nice little hour-long just bullshit session.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because we talked about we hit some foods up. I did. Well, I'll wait for. Yeah, it is. Well, I don't want to ruin it because we'll do it on a regular episode. I don't know if you saw something happened to. There were some bobbleheads supposed to be delivered today that aren't going to be delivered for the.
I did see
game.
that.
Yeah, 20,000 Yamir Yager bobbleheads got stolen.
Dude, speaking of Yamir Yager, Sheila blew my mind the other night, and she said something like, how was your hockey game? And I was like, oh, it was pretty fun. She goes, oh, yeah, I love the Penguins. I'm like, what? Like,
oh, I didn't picture Sheila to be a hockey fan.
Blew my mind. She's like, oh, yeah, we got box seats to this thing. And she's like, I just love play. Well, I got to see Mario Lemieux and Yamir Yager play. I'm like, what the f, Sheila? That's fucking crazy, bro.
That is. Well, that's. I never would have thought that. Not saying that she doesn't look like a hockey, but she just never really. Like anytime we would ever talk sports, she just doesn't seem like she's too interested.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
They had a nice long conversation about it. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Well, I just saw. What was it last night? 2 Detroit Red Wings players fought each other during practice. So things are going well in the Red Wings.
Oh wow.
Front. Yeah.
Are you gonna watch tonight? Are you gonna watch the Sharks game tonight?
Yeah. Is it on what channels? Is it on national? Do we know? I don't
know. Sportsnet, I think.
Well, I might not be able to watch it then. If it's on TV, I'll watch it.
I don't know if I can share a trial of Fubo.
No, that's all right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about just keeping it on. Like, I'm thinking about just because I pay for Paramount Plus, but I only pay for Paramount Plus because it has the local news, but so does Fubo. So if I can like get rid of my Paramount Plus subscription, that saves $10. I may just keep buying Fubo because like I don't know. As much as it is, I don't know. I like it. It's nice. And it has NHL Network, which I'm gonna need. It's vital to my learning.
Yes. I'll have to see. Because of course, with there being, Autumn and Izzy here at night, it is a little difficult watching sports when they're both here. But usually Izzy will be in her room playing video games, and Autumn doesn't care. And usually Thursday nights, my buddy Joe usually calls, and we end up talking for about an hour and a half or so. We hit up, Steeler talk, and we'll probably talk Penguins, and bitch about the Yankees because we're both Yankee fans. And then we'll do some Star Wars talk. We always end up we haven't talked Star Wars in a while, so we'll have to do some of that.
Speaking of other teams, the Oilers fucking stomped the Capitals last night.
Last I saw, it was 3-2 that they were winning. So
7-2.
Dang. Go Oilers. I'm telling you. If I had extra money that I would just buy a random hockey jersey, it would definitely be an Oilers jersey. I love those. I love the color. That blue and orange combo, I don't know what it is about it. I just love it.
I've always had an affinity for blue and orange. My logo for what came up was blue and orange.
Yes, it was. I saw that.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm getting notifications. Dairy Queen must have heard me talking about them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just got a notification.
I got one for Sheets while we were talking about Sheets. Believe it or not.
The Mint Brownie Blizzard is back.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So a small will probably be $15. But Dairy Queen does have good food. Like their food is good.
Chris was telling me about something. Was it Chris? He was telling me about something there.
At Dairy Queen?
Yeah, some weird fucking name for something. Like a hurricane burger or tornado fries or...
I don't know.
Oh, something. Maybe it was a sauce they had. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know
Somebody
either.
said something in that regard.
Huh.
Speaking of, before I forget, you're going to laugh at this. Brant was listening to our episode or whatever. He listened to the whole thing, and he was talking to me on the way out the other day about saying ope and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And then Sheila come walking out, and I said, "Hey, Sheila," I said, "have a safe travel home." She goes, "Thanks, you too." And then Brant said, "Bye." I literally laughed so hard.
He was sticking it to me.
It was fun. No, he says that on the phone.
Oh, so he does it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so he relates to it. So he's not picking on me.
He just thought it was funny. He's
Yeah.
like, bye.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud. I fucking,
Yeah. I just did it. Who was it that made fun? Oh, Izzy made fun of me last night because I did that to Autumn. Because she was asking if we needed anything while she was out, before she came home. And I was like, nope. I said, we're all good here. And then next thing I hear, like, okay, bye. Then I hear Izzy in her bedroom. She's like, bye. I'm like you're such a...
That's nothing, man. That ain't even half of it. My friend Nate, not Nate Palumbo, but my other friend Nate, he, anytime I would be on the phone with him, which was pretty often, as he was getting ready to go off, he would go, all right, bye. Every fucking time.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, calm down with the all right.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know why I do that. All right. Like, dude, you only need to say it once.
Yeah. It is funny listening to how when you hear other people, how they get off the phone. Like my father-in-law, like he'll just be in the middle of just saying he's getting off the phone and he's hanging up with the person as he's saying it. Like it's almost like a visual how I'll show it to you tomorrow how he does it. But he's like has the phone to his ear and he's just like, all right, I'm going to get off here. And as he's saying get off here, the phone's already 2 feet from him and he's hitting the off button. It's just so wild.
Yeah, like eliminate the chance entirely of someone being like, "Oh wait, hold on."
Yeah, it's no like I'll talk to you later. He's just like, all right, I'm going to get off here. And he clicks it. And even after he clicks it, he'll say bye sometimes. Sometimes he
Wow.
doesn't. Yep.
I used to have a friend he had the worst habit of I don't know why he did this. It was the most obnoxious thing. But every time he got off the phone with somebody, he would hit the end button and then say something terrible about the person.
Oh.
Like a joke.
Oh, okay.
But like sometimes he would forget to hang up.
Uh-huh.
And like he was in a long distance relationship with this girl, and he would every time he would hang up with her, he'd be like, "All right, love you too. All right, bye." And he'd hang up and he'd go, "Fucking bitch," all the time. And then one time he did that, and she was on speakerphone. And he did that, and he hung up, but he didn't hang up, and he goes, "Fucking bitch," and she goes, "Excuse me." I beg your finest pardon. The fuck. And yeah, that was a bad night, man. He did not have a good night after that.
No. I had one lady from work. I've talked about her before on here, Tanya. She's the one she can't say Arnold Palmer. Like no matter how you She we had this one client that was a total asshole. He was like one of the local old lawyers in Clearfield. So of course he thought he owned the whole town and he could get away with talking like shit to women. And he was calling her, and I don't even remember what he was bitching about, like CPAP mask or something. So she was so nice the whole time on the phone. Then as soon as she puts the phone down, she goes, "Fucking asshole." Well, she didn't realize that there was a customer standing there. Well, then they got offended. They called corporate, said, "You got a lady in there that swears after she gets off the phone." So she got in a little bit of trouble, but I think everybody was kind of like sticking up for her, being like, "No, but that guy is a fucking asshole. Like, it doesn't matter that person got offended." First, they didn't know who she was even talking to, but it was still one of those that's like, that dude is an asshole. Like, like it's totally warranted. So it was like one of those, she just got like a verbal warning. Yeah.
Dude, one time when I was at Taco Bell, this has nothing to do with the phone, but when I was working at Taco Bell, and I wasn't part of the conversation that was happening in the kitchen, but I was up front, and I was ringing people out, and this lady that was in there, she was in there for a while. She was in there with her kids. She had come up to me after, like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something, and I could hear the people in the back. They were carrying on as my friends or whatever. They were talking about something. And she come up to me, and she pulls me in real close, and she goes, "Do you want to get one of those guys back there and have them come out here and explain to my 4-year-old daughter what blowjobs are?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "They're back there screaming and talking about blowjobs really loud, and my daughter's out here asking me what that is." And I'm like,
"Oh no!"
Yeah, sure, I'll go get one of them. Hold on." Yeah, that was fun.
Oh man, I think I got kind of talking to one time at my old job. I was telling a story and I was being just a little too loud, and I can't even remember the context. I must have been swearing, because then the one girl came back and she's like, "We can all hear you very well talking about what you're saying." I'm like, "Uh-oh." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry." But for the life of me, I can't. I'm assuming I must have just been swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to have been that.
It happens. I can remember one specific very embarrassing moment, and I will not repeat the joke, because it is in super poor taste. This was pre me becoming a father.
Oh, okay.
So I will not say it, due to just manifestation laws. But I was saying a very, very derogatory joke in class to a person that I thought was the only person listening. And I had said something to the tune of, "Hey, listen to this joke that I heard." And he turned around, and I was telling him the joke. Well, unbeknownst to me, the entire class, including the teacher, heard me say, "Hey, listen to this joke." And they all stopped and turned and listened to me tell this absolutely atrocious joke. And as soon as the punchline landed, the kid in front of me's face just drops. And my teacher just goes, "Out! Get out of my class!" Like, sent me straight to the principal's office. And he goes, "You're going to repeat that to the principal. I'm calling him right now."
Oh, man.
So on my way down to the principal's office, I'm like, fuck, like, what am I going to say?
Yeah.
So I walk in and he goes, "Let's hear it."
Oh.
So I told him the joke and he goes, "Dude." He goes, "Abso-fucking-lutely not."
Yeah.
And I think I got a month's worth of detention.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
My God, that must have been a bad joke.
It's pretty bad. It's not something you want to hear in school, for sure. For sure.
Oh,
Good old
my
senior year, man. It was a very rebellious time in my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just a whole new year there.
And I remember I'd get in trouble every day for wearing a hat, and that same principal was like, "Penhollow, get that hat off." I'm like, why? Why do I have to not wear? Why can't I wear a hat in school? He's like, "It's disrespectful to the flag." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I walk over to the flag. I'm like, "Do you give a shit if I have this hat on?" And I said, "Oh," he said, "No." And I put it on and kept walking.
Deej.
Oh, dude, I was
what a dick.
I was not interested in corporate value.
Wow. Little smart ass Penhollow.
I was, man. I only gave a shit about one thing, and that was my music. And I wanted to wear a hat. I had a receding hairline. I needed to wear a hat.
Yeah. I get it. I had a buddy, Don. If he could get away with wearing a hat 24/7, he was going to do it. And nothing pained him more, I feel, than not being able to wear a hat, in school.
I remember they came up with this thing. They said on Fridays, if you paid $1 to the principal, you could wear your hat all day.
Oh,
I thought, nice. Oh, that's awesome. I said, if I give you $7 every week, can I just wear it every day?
Yeah.
He's like, no. And I'm like, what difference does it make? I don't understand. How is it disrespectful to wear your hat on Monday through Thursday, but if I pay you $1, the flag's like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, Friday's that's the flag's like, hey,
understand.
We're cool, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's $1.
You gave him $1. It's cool, yeah. That $1 means a whole hell of a lot.
I didn't fucking understand it at all.
No.
How is it? Just dumb bullshit.
Yep. Oh, it's school. I'm telling you, some of this shit.
I don't know. And I just I remember my principal was like, "Penhollow, how the fuck do you fail gym?"
You failed gym?
Yeah, he's like, "How do you fail gym class? Tell me that." And I'm like, "I just didn't wear my clothes. I didn't dress." He's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I don't fucking wanna. I don't want to have to. Why do I have to do that? That's retarded."
Wait a minute. Who was your principal at this time? It wasn't Blunt?
No, Brian Mulholland.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like Glunt, his name was Tim Glunt. I feel like he went from Kerwinsville to Du Bois at some point, but I couldn't remember when.
Must have been before I was there because I never had them. I had 3 principals. There was one for 9th, one for 10th and 11th, and then one for 12th.
When the hell would he have gone there then? I thought he went to, because he was the principal there at Kerwinsville from when we were in 8th grade. I know he was there my senior year because his son Nate was with us. We graduated with us.
I mean, I would have went to the high school in 2005. So it must have been before that.
Must have been before, or maybe it was after. Could have been. Yeah, could have been after. I can't remember. The years are just so off right now.
But yeah, I would get in trouble for all sorts of wild shit. But yeah, that was how the fuck do you fail gym? It's like I didn't want to get dressed, man.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're not doing very well in swimming either." I said, "Listen, I'm the only shallow ender in the fucking class. Everything else happens in the deep end. I can't do it." He's like, "But why?" Like, I was like, "What do you want from me? I'm a fucking wuss. I don't know what to tell you." He's like, "But you dress for gym on dodgeball day." I'm like, "Yeah, dodgeball's fucking awesome." Like,
yeah, dodgeball is nice.
Yeah, like I don't give a shit about fucking football. I don't give a shit about fucking kickball. So I'm not gonna dress. I just don't want to. Why is it a big deal? Why do I have to get points for gym? Like, that's dumb.
It is dumb.
And it was first period of the day.
Oh yeah, that makes it bad.
Yeah, so who the fuck wants to go into class and immediately change?
Yep.
And then get sweaty and then change back? Like, I'm
Yep.
not fucking doing it.
No, I hear you. I totally agree with you. But
Yeah.
see, I loved gym class though. So I was okay no matter what. But it made for a horrible day for it to be so early because we would go out and play like flag football. And then you'd be in school, then you would go, get dressed, get sweaty as all shit, and then you would be a sweaty, stinky mess the rest of the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you
part of the
could
reason they
shower
didn't
if you wanted to, but, I'm not showering at school. Usually somebody goes in there and slaps your bare ass or something. Our gym teacher used to do that. He used to, oh my God, and he had these huge, Gary Orwig was his name. Coolest dude ever. He was a hell of an athlete, I guess, growing up. He had this really deep voice. And then you would always, first part of the day, he'd always make sure you had your jock strap on. You'd all have to line up and he would do a jock strap check. And you would have to pull down your shorts far enough that you would see your jock strap. And then when it came shower time, he would stand there and like me, he either called me Bloomy or he called me Don Mattingly because in high school I played first base and I was a Yankee fan. And at that time, the Yankees' first baseman was Don Mattingly. So he would be, oh, hey, there's Don Mattingly. And he would slap your ass, and it hurt so bad. And I know damn well his finger marks were on my ass cheek. I don't know how many times. But he was an ass slapper. Yeah.
Red flags, buddy. That's fucking wild.
I can't red flag Mr. Orwig, though. I think he just likes slapping asses. It's not like he ever wanted to see the shaft or anything. It was always just, he just,
I don't know, dude.
He just like, well, if anything, he didn't want to see mine. So at least I know we're good. But yeah, he's, there's Bloomy. Then he would, then like I said, but he smacked your ass no matter what. It was more hurtful in the shower. Or outside of it. He wouldn't be in the shower. Let me put it that way. He's not like standing there watching us get showered. So it was usually, the towel would be draped over, but it would be right around once you drop the towel that your hiney is exposed, and he would slap that. Man, it hurt so bad. I loved Orwig though. We had a guy, his kid at our school, his last name was Cockburn. His name was Chris Cockburn. Wow. So, yeah. So, our senior year, or was it our junior year, we decided to play. He wanted to decide to do hockey, but we didn't do skates or anything. It was just you would run with hockey skates or hockey sticks and everything. And we know damn well he would do this on purpose. He would yell his name, but he would only call him Cock. So he would, as soon as he would get it, he'd be like, shoot it, Cock. Then he'd shoot it, he'd be like, great shot, Cock. And he would and his voice echoed in the gym. And that was all that you would hear. Like you knew, because he hardly ever yelled for any other student until Chris Cockburn got the ball. Because it was a ball, it wasn't a puck. And he would just shoot it, Cock. It was good times.
That's wild.
It is wild. It's funny. It's LOL. I LOL'd a lot.
That is LOL.
Yeah.
Hey, before I forget, are you the least bit interested, not right now, but in, let's say, the end of the year, in doing fantasy hockey?
I could probably do that. That'll get me having to get interested into hockey.
Yeah, for fun, not for money or anything.
Yeah, like these free hockey league things. You mean like that? Like
Fantrax or Yahoo or something like that.
Yeah, I'm down. I love doing I do fantasy football every year.
So I've never done fantasy anything, but Tammy mentioned it to me. She's like, I learned a lot about the Steelers from doing fantasy football, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I that's cool. I didn't know that, and she mentioned it last night. I said they have fantasy hockey.
Yeah.
She goes, holy fuck, no way. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely be different, I'm sure. Because, like fantasy football, you have to have most of your lineup in by just before that player plays, So I wonder how hockey is. There must be like a certain deadline. You have to have your lineup set, I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look more into it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh,
I just
I'm
wanted to know
definitely.
if you were into it.
I'm-
Maybe Preston, and I don't think I can get Brant to do it, but maybe me, you, Preston, and Tammy can do it or something.
Oh, I'm totally 100% in on this.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just
Yep.
do it for fun, to see what goes on.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we do. Like this fantasy football I have with Brett and them. I thought we were paying to if you won the league, everyone gave you $20, but I won the league and it's the middle of March and I still haven't gotten a dime from anybody. So I guess.
Oh, I bet you Brett would do it too.
Yeah, I bet you Brett would do it. Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah, I thought I was getting $20 from everybody, but apparently not. And I'm not gonna ask because I don't care.
Right.
All I know is I won the league and everything. But
I'm only interested in knowledge, so.
yeah, no, I'm like I said, I'm 100% in. Even if they may even start one here for playoffs, I'll even like do that just to do it, just to because I think they do it for. I thought they did it for like baseball and basketball. I think they do it for NFL too, where it's just the teams that are left in the playoffs. You do a draft. That might be a little more difficult though.
I don't know how easy is it for. Oh, I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm asking for. I have two apps here. I downloaded Fantrax and Yahoo Fantasy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know which one's easier.
I don't know either because I think I did Yahoo Fantasy. I think that I did the one that I usually like is the one we do in our football. What the hell one do we do? Do we do ESPN? Oh my God, why can't I frickin' find my football app on here? I feel like it's ESPN. Yeah, ESPN Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those ones usually seem to be the easiest. Let's see, I'm at Fantasy Home. There's hockey. Hockey signups for the season have closed. I thought they did one for postseason.
They might. There's still 22 games left, so.
Yeah. Maybe when it gets closer to the playoffs, maybe they'll say, "Hey, we're doing a playoff fantasy." But that's usually what I do because pretty soon here for college basketball, it's March Madness. I'm sure you've heard of March Madness. You've heard it be talked about. But it's basically like the college basketball tournament. And I always do one or two brackets on there for free. And that's what ESPN, this app, it's 100% free. Like I said, it seems like of all the football, fantasy football apps, it feels like ESPN's the most fan friendly, we'll call it. User friendly.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I downloaded that one, so we'll go from there.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yep. But yeah, I am down. Like I said, I like a good fantasy. I'm a fantasy man.
Well, like I said, I've never done it, so I'm interested in giving it a whirl and.
Whirl away. I'm cool.
Away.
Whirl away. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we've gone an hour and a half into this bitch. I say we got a nice little emergency episode.
Yeah, the defibrillator episode.
It is the defibrillator. Yeah. Who didn't like that? I think I said that Jeremy didn't like it. No, Brand didn't like it. I think Jeremy liked it. When I said defibrillator.
That's what we're calling it, that.
Fucking right.
Episode.
If they don't like it, then they don't have to listen to it.
We should call it brush, brush, brush. Clear. All right. Well, I'm not even going to do a sign off. This is just our emergency call.
Yeah, this is just our emergency. So, yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll just say that. We'll just say bye.
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 Bye.